Welcome to Steep Tea with Elsayed, where we engage with leading experts driving innovation in engineering and sustainability. Today, we're honored to have Dr. Helen Zhang, a professor in the Faculty of Engineering and Applied Science at Memorial University and former Canada Research Chair in Coastal Environmental Engineering. As the founder of the Coastal Environment Research Laboratory, Dr. Zhang's pioneering work focuses on bio-based technologies for tackling marine and coastal pollution, offshore reservoir souring control, and ocean carbon dioxide removal. Join us as we explore her groundbreaking research, the future of coastal sustainability, and how engineering solutions can protect our oceans in a changing climate.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Steep Tea with Elsayed. I have a special guest today. She has a very outstanding career, as you can see from the introduction. Our guest today is Dr. Helen Zhang. How are you doing, Dr.
Very good, thank you.
Okay. How was your day today?
Yeah, it was a long day, but very good, very exciting to see the colleagues, to see the students during the symposium.
Okay, that's amazing. So what is typically your favorite drink?
Tea.
Okay. that's a good match.
This is a perfect place for me.
Okay, that's good. I hope that the tea that we are doing has a good quality as the tea that you are having. So, how is your memory?
It's very good.
It's very good. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna test your memory today. I want to take you back to this. So, if you want to know more about Helen, who's Helen?
So, I am a professor and a Canada Research Chair in Coastal Environmental Engineering at Memorial University. So, Memorial University is located in the city of St. John's, Newfoundland, Labrador. I actually pursue my undergraduate and the master's degree both in environmental in China. And after that, I continue to pursue my PhD in Canada, environmental engineering. So after the PhD study, I got the NSERC postdoc fellowship to continue study in the areas for another 2 years. And then I have 1 year's paternity leave and I started faculty position at Memorial. So I already moved to St. John's for almost 20 years. Time flies.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah.
But I want to go a little bit further. But how was your childhood?
I think I have very peaceful and very good childhood.
That's good. Okay, so do you remember some memories during your childhood that maybe influenced your decision for environmental science or environmental engineering, something related to environmental during your childhood?
Of course, I really enjoy the nature, like many kids. But in my childhood, actually, I didn't think that much that for, say, in the future, I can be an environmental engineer or a professor. So, but I do know that I love STEM. So I really like math. So I recall during elementary. So each time we learn some unit, after class, I try to create some of my own questions. And we have a additional blackboard in the classroom, and I write those questions on the board. Say, let's calculate this string, like shade area. So I choose my friends and classmates, and they hate me. So I know I like math. I know I will do something about the STEM. So when I try to choose a major for the undergraduate study, I don't know which one to choose. So I thought, probably computer science related to the math, but I do love other subjects as well. So I consult my teachers, and they actually recommend these areas. They say, how about you consider environmental science engineering, because it is very multidisciplinary, and we feel that you are kind of the person with certain types of comprehensive skills. Probably they can reflect your different types of potential. That's the kind of the reason I choose the environmental as my major. But during my undergraduate, after 3 years, I really feel that, oh, I like this area. And then after so many years of training, the more I understand this field, the more I like it. So eventually, I feel that, oh, this is what I should do. Yeah.
Oh, that's quite interesting. But I believe that you said during your undergraduate study, after 2-3 years, you start to feel more that you like the area more. There was any instructor or teacher that is the way that they are teaching or they influence your career as well, or some like people that you remember during that period?
Yeah, I should say I met so many excellent teachers in my life. For example, my master and PhD supervisors.
Okay.
After I finished the 3 years of undergraduate study, one day my master's supervisor came to me. He said, because you rank number 1, you have the highest GPA for every single year in the past 3 years.
Yes.
So the department decided to grant you an opportunity to pursue the master's without any exams. So at that time in China, so if you want to pursue a master, there will be a very critical entrance exam. They said, oh, waiving your exams. And we feel that you have the potential. And then I feel that, yeah, probably that is an excellent opportunity. So she pushed me, say, take the opportunities to further explore your potential. So I started my master, and he's an excellent researcher. So, and then I realized, I really like this. I enjoy these processes. And then after graduation, I actually decided to pursue a PhD. I became an environmental engineer for a while. And then I got a call from my PhD supervisor in Canada.
Oh.
He said that, you know what? I'm recruiting PhD students with a scholarship, and one of my collaborators and also the visiting scholars recommend you to me.
So you didn't apply for a...
They feel that you have the potential.
Okay.
So he said that go ahead to apply. I will give you the opportunity. So, and I feel that, yeah, probably I need to try that. So I applied, I got the position, and I continued my study. So sometimes I feel that, you know what? We really need the mentors in our life.
Yes.
In the critical time when the kids, they don't know what's going on and they don't know how to decide their career.
Yes.
So they will help to shape your future. So I follow their advice and they teach me a lot.
Oh.
And eventually, when I became a professor, I still recall after 2 years after I experienced the field for a bit, I feel that I understand every single components of this career.
Oh.
One day I sit there, I try to look back of my career, and suddenly I feel that, you know what, I very much enjoy every single components of this career. Eventually, after so many years, I feel that this is my favorite job.
Okay.
So, you need time to figure out. I know for some people, they know at the very beginning, this is my passion area. But for somebody like me, so we need time to see what's going on there. We need time to eventually find out what is our dream. But the thing is, during these processes, we got so many guidance. We got so many the help from our mentors, from the system. We realized that what the job means to myself, to the entire society. So this is my experience.
Wow, that's what an amazing story and line. But yes, it's it gives a lot of lessons, and actually it gives the impact of the mentors and people who are encouraging you. So when you were an undergraduate, your excellence in the study gave you that opportunity for that, waiving the exams and getting the master, and then from your mentor or supervisor recommended you for a PhD, so you got that one, and in the middle of the PhD you felt that, oh, this is going to be my career. I like every single piece on that one. But once you got to that point, so you decided, oh, this I would like to pursue this career as an academic or a faculty member. Does anything change in your mindset, how you are preparing yourself for that? Because you wouldn't expect it's going to be as the PhD or the master that somebody is going to recruit you and call you, oh, Helen, we know that you're an excellent candidate, want to bring you, but you need to prepare yourself for that. How did you prepare yourself to be a faculty member after you figure out that I want to be a faculty member?
Okay, so actually, I'm type of person, whatever the goal is, so whatever the journey is, I try my best to achieve the goal. Meanwhile, I try to find the fun part during this process. I feel that to enjoy this process is very important for any journey, for any processes. So for every period of my study, I try my ways to find those very stimulating and very exciting part about this area, and you'll find there's a lot. So if you have the driving force, say, oh, this is the interesting thing. Let's see what's going on there, what's inside, what is the mechanisms, and then you will prepare yourself from every aspect, this package of the skills to help you to achieve the goal. So granularly, all the programs helps you, so the goals helps you, so eventually you're prepared very comprehensively, like critical thinking, strategic thinking, logical thinking. You have all types of skills, the career actually needs. All types of careers needs those skills, but the only difference is for some of them, the priorities of each tool in the toolbox probably is slightly different. But I think for the long terms of this the process that I figure out the best way for my life, from every aspect, I try to extend the toolbox. I try to strengthen myself from every aspect, and then all of them naturally help you to eventually, when you figure out this is what I need, and you already be there. You already been the professional. So this is not easy process, but this is a natural processes. It doesn't matter like at one stage or on which day you figure out, but you are always prepared for that.
During that journey, definitely you went through some hard time. And definitely, I would imagine that there was a lot of good memories and good time during your, especially the graduate study period. If you remember any of those challenging times, do you remember sometime, okay, one day everything goes off, you're doing something, modeling or experiment, it's not working, and you're just scratching your head to come up with an answer. Do you remember any of those hard time or challenging that you went through your graduate study?
Always. We are the people conducting research in the lab. So always, there's, the journey is filled with all the challenging moments. But the thing is, for almost all of those challenging moments, eventually they lead to certain types of very exciting moments, enjoyable moments. So when you have a problem there, you face the challenge, you find a way to solve it, and eventually you, solve the problem, and you feel so happy. You're so proud of yourself. And I think during these processes, from my point of view, I think my engineer mindset helped a lot. Like we engineers, we are the problem solvers. So once we have a problem, we directly jump to how to solve it, how to find a solution, instead of say, why me? Why it is so hard? Wow. Something like that. So because so many whys will lead to the frustration to the depression, stressful, all those nervous. But it seems that I'm the type of person I try to, each time I find a challenge, so exciting. Let's figure it out. Let's find another way to know, okay, I'm able. So those types of methodologies really help me to go through these difficulty times. Yeah.
So you have that self-strategic planning for the challenges, so you don't really get to the point that you are overstressed or something like that. It didn't happen during your graduate study.
No,
Okay.
actually, I feel so many times it's very hard.
Okay.
Very hard, and so many times you will have to face those failures, and so many times you feel that you try so hard, spend so many time, but you didn't get the results. But you just take it.
Did you cry sometime?
You can cry because sometimes you're tired, right? You're tired, you cry, but it is just the emotion. Yes. And after you cry, you go ahead. So even not linked with aid.
Yes.
To certain times, the words, it's not what I like. No, this is word. Yeah, just take it.
We have some, I would say, the outstanding moment during our graduate study, that some moments that we don't forget the entire life. Do you remember any of those moments, like the first paper got accepted, or maybe the first offer that you got, or you discover something new, you have a challenge and you couldn't solve, and then you get it? Do you remember any of those like outstanding, great memories stays in your memory?
So of course, for many days you receive those good news. You got the paper published, you got the grant, you got certain types of award. But seems to me the most or the greatest moment in my life is about the process. So, for example, one day on Christmas Day, I stayed in the lab and I did something, and suddenly I find out, there's the result I expected. And those special moments, you feel so happy. You feel so happy. That is the, why you put so many efforts to do this. So this process, you got so many rewards. Yep. So that is always
you feel
the best part.
You won the war.
Yeah.
I always see that great friends and family support is important during our graduate studies. So I would imagine that is without friends during that journey, it's going to be tough for any graduate student. So how is the role of your friends during your study in general, during that graduate study?
So I think I'm very lucky.
Okay.
I am a very lucky person. So we have a very good team. Your teammates means a lot to you. So the very good way you have a strong team is you can express your ideas to me. I have a good idea. Listen to me. And the brainstorms bring a lot to you. And I actually am not so need the support when I feel there's so many failures. So I will leave it to myself. But I really want to share the ideas and some exciting things with them. So cheer up with each other and all those moments. And it's also like the technical support with each other when you met the problems. They were, I find ways to solve this or that for you. So those parts is very valuable to all of us. So I feel that I very much appreciate all those stuff.
So I would imagine maybe if you are sharing the good time with your friends, when you have a hard time, you pick the phone and you call your dad or your mom. How is your parents in your life?
My parents, my parents, you know what? I should say, I'm very lucky. They provide me unconditional love. So from the very beginning, they just, for no reason, feel I'm good. And they have very low expectation on me, I should say. So my goals here always, if you can enter the, finish your undergraduate, you find a job. You are actually so great, right?
Okay.
I can't believe you can achieve high goal. And even a high goal. All the time they said, no, you know what? Take care of yourself. The most important is you should be happy, you should be healthy, and anything else is not so important. I said, I need this, I want to do this or that. Go ahead to do that, but be careful. You should know what is important for you. So they are always be so proud of me, say, you have this achievement or that, but those are not the most important things. You are the best part for them. So I really like that part. I try to follow their pattern to treat my kids. So I feel that, this is a great way of parenting.
So does any of them was related to engineering or environmental or what was?
They're both teachers.
Okay.
So my mom teach the elementary and my dad teach the high school. So they're excellent teachers.
Okay.
They never defined my future. But indeed, my parents, especially my dad, is very creative. He's a physics teacher. He just did all type of stuff, He really liked that part, and I think that influenced me a lot. So do some very interesting and creative things is a fun part of life. Yeah.
So were they enforced you when you were a child to sit and study and do your homework, or you were doing it by yourself? It's like
I always do.
You are just exceeding the expectation.
Yeah, so I still recall sometimes I try to find some actual works to do, and my mom's deeply moved. So, you don't need to do that. So you're doing too much. So
Was it easy for them to make that decision that you leave China and you come to Canada to do your PhD? Because I would think that you have a very tight connection.
Yeah, I have a very tight connection with the family.
Yep.
And all the time, we support each other. But when I decided to go abroad, it is kind of surprise for them. It's a surprise to me. So when I decided to go abroad, they just they, without, I should say, almost any difficulty, they accept that. My full name is by Helen Zhang.
Yeah.
So Zhang in Chinese is the open or whatever. So Bai is the white feature, you can fly to anywhere. So my dad gave the name to me, said that you can go whatever you like, where you feel this is good for you. This is the best place for us. So they are such parents, they have no say, again, expectation, what types of jobs you need to take, what types of lives you need to follow. So no regulation, you just go ahead. If only you feel that, but of course I should say they might have their own standard, but for me, I feel I'm free.
Because I would imagine like a typical mom, at least mainly the mother would think, okay, my daughter now is going to graduate, when is going to be her wedding? Maybe this is the first thing, and then they are thinking, I'm doing my graduate study, I'm going to Canada to do a PhD. I thought that might be a little bit hard.
Yeah, so it's quite strange. Sometimes I feel surprised. So, you accept it so smoothly, but yeah.
Okay, I think that, I can say that you are so lucky to have a supportive parent by that meaning, and very interesting, because it's not that easy in some culture. I can imagine that. Going back to your supervisor, you said that you were lucky that you get recruited by the supervisor for the master and then also get invited for the PhD. How was your relation with your supervisors, and how did their impact in your life, not only the research, the person who you are now, Helen?
Yeah, so actually I have very good relationship with both of them, and I feel that they are both very excellent mentors. They actually shaped my career and my life to a certain extent. So I feel so much appreciate all their efforts. I feel that I learned a lot from them. It's not just like how to do research, but also the philosophies, the thinking style. Yeah, my PhD supervisor, especially my PhD supervisors, he actually not only an excellent researcher, but also a great mentor. He has a package of methodologies to try to figure out how to train a people. So systematically, he understands what you want, and he understands the best ways to train you, to help you to achieve your own goals. So from him, I think I learned many very critical types of methodologies. It's not about the specific research, it's just the thinking, how we do things. And eventually, I try to, from him, to understand how actually in this process, I granularly know how to do research.
Okay.
So once I still recall, after several years in my PhD program, I feel, finally, I am the person that I should say, I know how to do research. And this is so exciting because you feel that the entire world becomes different to you. You know the ways to understand the world in a more clear, in a better way. So you feel you have the ability. Those ability make you so not just happy. You gain a lot of power to do whatever you want to do. So those ability bring you a lot. Confidence, everything. So I feel that during those trainings, it's not just about those research activities. It's the very a lot of things about the life.
If you have this chance and you want to say something to your supervisor, what would you say?
Oh yeah, so my master supervisor already been retired. My PhD supervisor is going to retire. Probably not very soon because he's the person who will not stop. I enjoy doing things all the time, but I just feel that I want to talk to them that I'm so thank them for everything they did for me, and I feel that I just want them to be healthy, to be happy every day.
Yes, so thank you to all the supervisors in general, especially your supervisors. I think sometimes we have in our life, sometimes it happens, sometimes not. So I'm not sure if you have that kind of person who already influence your career-wise, other than your parents and your supervisors. There is anyone like a friend, colleague, another instructor that is not directly supervising you, that is influence your career?
Yeah, I think I want to talk my colleagues at Memorial. Memorial is located in St. John's. It's very not very large cities, but very peaceful and friendly. We have very friendly people. That is the biggest reason I like the city. So I still recall the first day I joined the faculty. So many colleagues came to my office, say hi to me, say, hey, welcome. And then my colleagues, the associate dean, graduate studies. So he came to me with a huge box of environmental technical books.
Oh,
I said,
okay.
I noticed you have empty bookshelves, so I bring something to decorate your room.
Some chocolate and some...
No, so bring something to decorate your room. So I got a lot of support and the mentorship from the colleagues in the system.
Okay.
So as the new faculty members, as the newcomers to the province, so I feel that those help means a lot to me. So those help let me feel that the system is so important, and we need to they set up those role models to me. We need to deal with the system. We need to build a system like this, or even better, we need to help the newcomers. So I actually, I very much appreciate, again, the culture. The working culture is so important.
It is.
It's so important. Yeah, you cannot, you don't want to work in a place you feel suffering every day, right?
No. Yeah, I remember when I met any new students, I said the number one criteria and rule in our team is a friendly environment among us. So this is a really key thing that makes you feel comfortable, and you can face the challenges if you have that comfortable, safe environment. So you finished your PhD, and now you got that postdoc, NSERC postdoctoral fellow. So how was it different, the postdoc period versus being a student as a graduate student patient?
I think the difference is during our PhD, you still, to a certain extent, feel that you are the trainee.
Yeah.
You feel that you still have a lot of time to make very simple mistakes. People will give you the opportunities to gradually grow yourself. And once you start a postdoc, you feel that, oh, I'm a young professional. When I sit there, people will, take a look at Helen and say, oh, this is our colleagues, right? This is our collaborators. So you treat yourself in a different way. So you're eager to showcase your professional, to be better, to try every aspect to gain those working experience, like try to understand the system, how the system works, and those parts sometimes even more important than the every single piece of your work.
So you got a period of that postdoc, maybe a couple of years.
2 years.
2 years, and then you got promoted for the faculty position, or you applied?
Applied it.
You applied.
Yeah, so different universities applied.
And then you got that interview, and now you got that faculty position. How was that transition from graduate study postdoc to a professor or a faculty member? Was it easy, or there was another phase of a challenge and new challenges that you had?
So from the technical part, I feel it's very smooth transition.
Get trained, yeah.
So because you have prepared for so long, you have all those technical skills. So for the new faculties, like teaching, I already gained the teaching experience. So I'm good at the works, and I enjoy the works I like to do. So I very smoothly got the fundings. I formed the teams. For the technical part, I feel everything's just step by step. The most challenging part at my earlier career stage is because when I joined faculty, my daughter was 1 year old, and for every the young mom, you need to deal with a situation that you have no time. Yeah, because you work, you have very challenging jobs. So for the first 1 to 2 years, everything you're learning curve. So you need to spend a lot of time on every single task, and you cannot sleep well during the evening because
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but I think that one I probably spent 1 to 2 years to try to adapt to the new the structure of my life. That is, this is indeed, I think it should be the most challenging time in my life until you learn how to deal with it.
So what is the strategy to deal with it?
Yeah, the strategy.
To balance between the...
Yeah, so it's hard to balance. It's hard to say balance. It's just you try to have, to generate some strategies to release your priorities of your life, all of those tasks. And eventually, things will become better. They will grow up, and you will become more able to do things. Yeah. So and then That's it. We settled that.
Because our students believe that we have, a relaxing, wonderful life. We don't have that kind of challenges that.
It's quite challenging. I told my postdoc, those girls, so there has great potential to be the faculty members. I said, if you want to be the faculty member, I will let you know some strategies to deal with those difficulty times. Yeah. So
if you can share with us some of those strategies.
Oh. it needs some, those are all the customized options.
Okay.
So based on your needs.
Okay, so it's like a case by case. You have to look at your life and your situation, and you are trying to build priorities. And
it's not that the general strategy is very detailed types of things.
Okay, so it's like like a close coaching for them. You mentioned teaching, so that means that you are enjoying teaching. And as a professor, you have different activities from teaching to research and service and other stuff. Among those three main activities, we always say that we are wearing three hats, the research, teaching, and service. Which one is your favorite?
I should say that, I like every single components of those three, and I put a lot of time on each of them. But right now, because I'm candidate researcher, I put more efforts and time on the research. Okay. But for each one, I feel that I really need each of them to make myself be balanced. Like when I teach, I feel there's some very valuable part to not just make my students be valuable in the career, but also it kind of cheer me up.
Yes.
So for every part of the job, this is really meaningful to me. Like in terms of teaching, I really like the interaction with the students. So during the COVID, when for a period of time we switched to the online, the virtual, so I try to record my lecture. I feel so, this is so different because there's no ways you generate some types of chemistry between your students. I feel, no, this is not the real teaching. Yeah.
So do you remember the first class you teach here in Canada? So the first class you taught?
The first class that I teach is actually during my PhD, when I was a senior PhD students. Okay. Yeah, I taught them the last year undergraduate students.
Okay.
So that's a great experience for me because I'm lack of so many teaching skills, but those senior students, you know what? They are very mature. Okay. They will try to interact with you. Yes. It's not, I learned so much from that process. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's leave now the research a little bit for now. I'm going to come back to the research and teaching. Mm-hmm. I want to know, at your spare time, okay, you are not at work, you're on vacation. Mm-hmm. What is your hobbies?
I love reading and also cooking.
Okay.
So I feel that the reading helped me to continuously deepen the understanding of the world. Yeah, sometimes you at the different age you read different types of books, and your philosophy is gradually will changed. So for cooking, we work in the lab. It's quite like conducting experiments, quite like cooking. So all the time, the fun part is you can create the new protocol, new recipes, optimize these processes. Okay. Sometimes you say that, you will have multiple ways to make things simple, or multiple ways to make it complicated, but with a better output.
I'm making it like a research now.
Yeah, true. Sometimes just a little bit difference on the operation sessions will make things different. So I feel that, it's almost the same, like conducting research.
Yeah, I feel like, it's again cooking in a way of research.
Yeah, true.
Reading books. So, do you remember the last book that you read?
So actually, in the recent period of time, because the busy schedule, I actually don't have so many times to read the book for myself. Okay. Instead, I read a lot together with my daughter. Okay. So sometimes I feel that.
How old is she?
Right now, is 16 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel that during these processes, you read together with the kids. You are trying to grow again for a second time. And even the same books, when you start read with the kids, they have their own, because different time, different generation, they have their own judgment. And you feel that, this is so interesting. You think this way, but not that way. So many experiences. Yeah. Yeah.
When you go reading books over the years, there is any historical figure or person that in the history. So now we are in the era of the machine learning and artificial intelligence. So imagine that we have the time machine that we can take you anytime. If there is any historical figure that you would love to have a meal with them and talk to them.
Oh, that's an interesting question. I feel that probably I would choose Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh, okay.
I feel that we are the human being. As a human being, how come he can so well integrate the art, science, the philosophy, and the creation together in a fantastic, amazing ways?
Yes.
So, to me, this is like somebody create a very huge difference to the world. And I feel that, to understand those first-hand story must be very interesting. Yeah.
So I would imagine the question, if you are having a meal with him, that, okay, how did you do that?
Yeah, I'm not the art type of person, but I'm very curious, how to integrate art and science perfectly together. Yeah. That's so interesting, amazing. Yeah.
Okay, so now let's maybe think about, if you are not a professor or not an environmental engineer, what career would you see yourself? If there is any other career, would you imagine yourself on it other than environmental science or a professor?
So I think I don't know. I probably can do a lot of different types of works.
Okay.
But the common thing is there must contain those a big composition for creation.
Oh, okay.
So I cannot do the jobs repeat the same thing. So that is the part I probably am not so excited.
So you always
So I feel there must be today, tomorrow, this year, next year, we should have the difference. We should have the creative part. We can generate things,
Okay, I think so. So now that suits very well with what we are doing as a faculty member and research, and that's why we can jump from different research areas to another. And talking about research, if you want to know a little bit more about your research journey, what are the main areas of research Helen is working with?
So actually my area of research is coastal environmental engineering. So basically my team tried to develop the various types of environmental technologies, especially the biotechnologies for the coastal contaminants mitigation types of things.
Okay.
So, we have so many needs. For example, after the BP oil spill, the government industry feel that we should have extended toolbox to prepare for any types of marine oil spill. And our lab, we try to screen or isolate some the microorganism strains from the Atlantic Ocean. So those strains have the capacity of producing some unique structures of bioproducts. So we treat them, we call them the next generation spill treating agents.
Okay.
So they have different structures and they have different features. They have different application fields. So we're working on that part. We try to help all our stakeholders, all the responders, with some new tools, and that is the example. Another example is, for example, for the offshore oil exploration, we sometimes have a certain phenomenon we call it soaring, so reservoir soaring, which means there's an opportunity that in the reservoir under some unique conditions, we have H2S generation because of SRB, the sulfate reducing bacteria. So we want to control the race, we want to control the growth of the SRB. So our team, we try to use the NRB to try to promote the growth of nitrate reducing bacteria to inhibit the growth of the SRB. So we have multiple ways technology to try to balance those the structure of the microbial communities in the environmental system. And also we have some other types of emerging contaminants like microplastic, flame retardation materials. We have some personal care and pharmaceutical products. So they exist in the coastal communities, so especially in the water. So we try to find ways to treat them.
I can just I want to try to catch them to too many topics now. So if we start with the byproducts that your lab is producing, so can you elaborate a little bit what kind of byproducts that you?
So they are the bio-based spill treating agents. Okay. So we put them into the different categories. For example, we call it bioherder, biodispersants, like bioemulsifiers, like biodemulsifiers. So they can be integrated with different engine technologies. For example, the bioherders can be integrated with we call it the in-situ burning, to burn the oils. The function of the bioherders is they can thicken let the oil slicks to shrink within a short period of time to thicken it, and so that they will have a higher burning efficiency. Yeah. For the dispersant, we spray the dispersant to the surface of the seawater, so they can, with a very short period of time, to decrease the particle size and increase their solubility. So they can dissolve in the water, and the microorganisms can further degrade them. So we need to make sure the product can disperse the oil effectively, meanwhile to facilitate or enhance the biodegradation process to eventually mitigate those contaminants. And for the bioemulsifiers, normally we integrate it with a technology called the washing. So for the coastal washings, if we have contaminant reach the shorelines, we need to have the washing techniques to remove them. And biodemulsifiers is used for the oil-water separation. So if you have oily, contaminated water, so you need the ways to break the emulsions to very effectively to separate oil phase and the water phase. So that is the products.
I can see that you are very excited when you are talking about them. But the question: are they in the lab stage or they are commercial stage now? What is the scalability if they are still in the lab?
So for the application of those products, you need to get the approval from the government agency. They have the protocols to deal with that. So normally, once we finish the lab skills, so we're right now in the pilot skills. So we have big tanks. We can monitoring the different types of the real-world scenarios, environmental conditions, and to check the performance and efficiencies of each types of products and the different the various the scenarios. So we are at this stage, and we also at the stage of pilot studies of the bulk production of the products. So those are the things we are doing, and we also work closely with our partners, stakeholders. Hopefully, we can, based on the very comprehensive findings, in the future, we can get the products to be the candidate, to get it approved, and then to be applied to the field. So.
You mentioned that you are working closely with your partner. I would imagine they're industrial partner.
So, we normally work both the policymakers, because it's related to the, all types of regulations. So we have the responders, like Coast Guard, for example, the policymakers like DFO, ECCC. We also have the industry partners. So we work tightly together because we really need input of one another to put all the pieces together.
But I would imagine this is a very challenging kind of work to work with the policymaker, industrial partner, and the receiver. So how do you see the differences when you are dealing with those three entities?
So like people has their own jobs, and they have the different, I should say not so different, but because the goals are different, so sometimes the ways they think things are slightly different. So normally I feel that those differences are the valuable part for a single project, because we can learn from each other to put things together. So we need to have a very good strategy to work with each other. For example, I conducted a project under the OPP, the Canadian Ocean Protection Plan. So under the OPP, they have, they call it MPRI, this multi-partner research initiative. So the MPRI project is very unique because they bring all the partners together. So for example, for my project, we have a steering committee. So within the steering committee, we have all those key persons, all those stakeholder responders, government officers, we have the industry partners, we have the researchers from industry. So we regularly report and analyze the funding together. So we ensure we understand all their needs, any difficulties in the field, the technical challenges in the lab. So we help each other to build those, they call it capacity, or the new toolbox. I feel this is ways, it's not just like one to another. It is an interactive working style. It's very functional. It really helps everybody to eventually to advance the science part.
Among the policymakers and the industrial partner, in your experience, which one is hard to convince with some finding or scaling up or making a change? Because I think one of the challenges nowadays for the researcher, that if you go to the industry or municipality or policymaker and said, I figure out that I have this finding, I want to make some change or I want to scale it up, you have a lot of resistance at the beginning. So among those two, the industry partners and the policymaker, which one is more resistant?
So I feel that though the different, like in industry, they have so many excellent researchers. So we work, like when we work together, so I learned a lot from them. I realized, they really, really care about one thing. So if your research, all this process or lab work can very well reflect the field condition. So they are very critical about every single condition. They say that, in the real world, that concentration does not exist. So they have a lot of experience about the field work. So for our research, professors, so we work in the lab. So we set up all types. We can do whatever conditions, right? We can evaluate. But indeed, what type of the condition are the real conditions? So how to set those levels for each single parameters. So I think they gave us a lot of very valuables. Otherwise, and then I get their mindset. So then when I review papers later, I say, obviously this is not this condition cannot reflect the real world plan. So I actually, but only the peoples working in the field or conducting the field work extensively for a long period of time. So they gain those very valuable insight. So I think that, although like we have different ways to, like protocols to do a certain types of product, but indeed, the integration is the best way. Yeah.
And how about the policymaker?
So my understanding is the policymakers, especially those ones related to my project, they are basically very good facilitators or supporters. So they just try to bring the resources to you, bring the information to you. For the policymakers, they are very critical of the protocol, like the things, the ways, step by step to do things. So
make
you
sure
have
that
to,
is,
that's
sometimes it's too much.
So that's why I'm a professor. I really much like, but they are doing very like strictly the step-by-step critical types of things. So they have their ways to do things, but they understand the ways you conduct it.
Okay.
So normally, like they support us. They just support us. They will not. Sometimes we try to let them understand we need some types of flexibility here and there. This is like product need. They understand, but they have their protocol. So yeah.
You mentioned while you were taking us among your different areas of research about the emerging contaminants.
Yeah.
And now everybody, when you hear the emerging contaminant, it's a very hot topic. How is your work on the emerging contaminants? What kind of emerging contaminants that you are doing with, and how is your research team is working in the emerging contaminants?
So actually, there are so many emerging contaminants. We call them non-targeted chemicals. So people actually have limited knowledge on them. There's some missing pieces for their occurrence, transport, and fate and impact in the environment. So in the coastal regions, so we are talking about their risk to the communities, to the human health of them. So we really need the information regarding those unknown types of like chemicals. So basically my lab deal with in the transport and fate analysis, because we want to eventually, our goal is mitigation. So the mitigation can be achieved through multiple ways, not just the application of the technologies, but also provide the feedback to the policymakers. So from the source, we can make certain types of changes. So we really need the transport and fate to see how they exist and accumulate and impact the ecosystem. So for that, for example, we use so many plastic products like tie wares. So we have so many tires applying, and there's additives we call the 6-PPD, the chemicals, so released from the tie wares, and people notice this is so toxic, but they don't know the mechanisms that they generate the toxicity. They just understand that, in the coastal regions, after the rainstorm, because the storm water washed this chemical to the seawater, and you will find that suddenly so many salmon died because of this. But why? We figure out that this is because the tie ware, this is because certain types of additives. So there's the clusters of knowledge we need to figure out, like how those clusters formed and how step by step the impacts generated. So based on all those informations, and we eventually will know the strategy for the control.
I would say it's quite interesting. So if you want to summarize, how is your research in general is significant to Canada, to our country?
So because, in Canada, we actually 1/5 of the Canadian peoples live in the coastal region. So can you imagine we have 8 million, around 8 million peoples in the coastal regions. So you should understand, like, the healthy ecosystem of the coastal region, those special environment is so important to our country, to our people. So like one of our research goals, we said that we'll try to use our technology to achieve the blue ocean economy and the very healthy ecosystem so that we can like benefit our communities and our society. Yeah.
We'll take you a little bit from the research area, as I would say we can spend hours talking about that. I know that you are part of the People Network, and you always combine that events for the annual meeting for People Network with the Atlantic CWQ conference on that. If you want to tell us a little bit briefly about the People Network, and then we can talk about the Atlantic CWQ Symposium.
Okay, so actually People Network is infrastructure funded by the Answer Create program. So this is a pan-Canadian network to linked all the peoples workings on the emerging organic contamination together. So we regularly organize international conferences, organize so many training workshops, and all the opportunities for the HQPs. So CAWQ, I'm so honored to serving on the CAWQ at the board in many ways for many years.
And congratulations, today was your announcement that you become the new president for CWQ. So congratulations, and thank you so much for taking that big step.
Thank you. This is my great honor to serving the organization, our association in the new role, and thanks for all the trust. So I feel that this is so valuable that we can find ways to eventually change our professional knowledge to the certain types of service and benefit the entire society and especially the next generations. So both the People Network and the CAWQ are one of the major targets is we will try to through advancing the knowledge, the science, to train the next generations of professionals. So that's why we have the People Network together with the CAWQ symposiums every year. Like this year, we will have this integrated event in St. John's, in-person international conference.
I will make sure that I'm going to come visit St. John's again. I enjoyed last time, so I will...
It will be held in the week of July 21st this year. So visit our website. You'll find the details information. So welcome to come to St. John's and join our event. Yeah.
So how it's important for the young water professional, especially the students, to attend the conferences?
I feel this is so important. What I experienced when I was a student, I told you that I don't know actually if this is the best way for me to pursue my career or not. So my supervisor sent me to a lot of conferences. Okay. So during the conference, the key thing is not just deliver knowledge. The key thing is you have a chance to talk to people to understand how they worked in each field, the nature of their working style. So you need to understand many details of them, and you figure out, okay, what's your goal, your interest, and how those will fit in the different directions. So granularly, you generate your idea and make your own decision. So I feel that the more they learned, the better they will make their own decision to shape their own career. So I feel this is very important. That's why this is a driving force for all our CAWQ people. So they put so many efforts, put the time and energy to host those events, and they feel that this is valuable. Yeah.
So has it happened by any chance that you were in a conference where you met a good student and you recruit her or him for your research team, or They have to apply and then you have to interview them.
So, like, always I feel that if by any chance I feel that the student has potential, I will approach them and say, hey, there's opportunity for you, do you want to apply? So I actually very recently, I recruited one PhD student from the conference because we hosted the conference.
Yes.
And I chaired a session, and I feel at that time, master student have a very good presentation, especially the ways he answered the questions. I feel that they have the sense. They have the sense, and you can understand they have the passion as well. So, and then I just say, oh, who know the students, and send them emails, hey, like what my PhD supervisor did to me. So, I have a scholarship, are you interested in applying for that? Yeah, so this is also a good way for us.
So it's another opportunity for both us and young water professional as well. But when you recruit the students and then they come to you and said, okay, Dr. Zhang, we don't know which path. Shall I pursue academia or industry? And if they don't know, what would you advise them?
Yeah, so always I was asked about those questions. This is so common. But as I just said, so for both ways, they actually share the same package of key skills.
Okay.
So you need to have the oral, to have the very good writing skills, right? You need to have the very strong skills of conducting research. You need to have like strategy thinking, logical thinking, critical thinking, leadership. You should have like all of those packages integrated with each other to shape yourself. So if you haven't decided which way, go ahead comprehensively day by day to build yourself. And meanwhile, like, I encourage them to attend all types of networking events. Learn those directions.
Yes.
Learn, like, if you really need it, learn the key skills this industry or academia they need, right? Yeah. And you can like granularly reshape your packages. Try to prepare. So one day, like when you try to have an interview or submit the applications, they will gradually feel, oh, you're not the fresh PhD, or you're not the PhD, the graduate, right? Master PhD graduate. You're just one of them. They will naturally feel that we share the same chemistry. You are just one person of us. Yeah. Naturally come to us. So don't try so hard. So, oh, where's the job, right? So try to be there, very, very prepared. You need to understand a lot of things above the career. Yeah. And then the opportunities, once you have opportunities, you get it. Yeah.
So how to understand the career, or somebody came like, okay, and he already or she has her or his mindset, I want to go to academia. I'm just, I can see myself in the academia. And he or she asked you, how should I prepare myself during my PhD study to be ready for the academia after that? What would you tell her or him?
So, like, if a student at the very beginning say that, oh, I want to pursue this way, for example, academia, very good. This makes things simple, make our things simple. Because you need to spend a lot of time to help them to figure out the direction. So if they already have a direction, simple, especially if they're academia, because you work in academia, you really understand how things works in the system. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, you rank them, you understand the way. So, exactly. Okay, you need to know this, right? So we normally, I feel that SQP training is very interesting because, again, I like change. So it is a customized processes. Different people have different directions. They have different personalities. They have the different strengths and weakness. So the ways you make a plan must based on their this human being, their interests, their current status, their future goals, and then you will have adjustment of the plans. So what you should do now and then to help them gradually achieve the goal. So I always encourage my students, so talk to me, tell me what you want. So the more the details you tell me about it, the better I can find ways to help you. So I will eventually try my best, I have limited capacity, but try my best to help you to go through this way.
So it's a customized case-by-case situation,
Yeah.
And same thing, I think you are having that question again at almost the end of the graduate study for each student. They are trying to hunt the job, trying to find the job, and they send the resumes everywhere. They are trying to apply, and there is no response, and they come to you, okay, it's very hard. What do you advise us to get a job?
So I feel that like once you feel that you have all the inner knowledge and you know what is the direction, so just stick to it. So you need to stick to it. I feel the very common things for the graduates so is they feel very anxiety because the uncertainty. So they feel that I don't know when I will have a job. I don't know where is my opportunity. I don't know what I should do. So they submitted applications here and there, and they just feel that those waiting period is very frustrating. So that is very common and understandable. But again, I feel that those types of things is not so helpful. So all the time, finding a job is a job, is a task.
It's a full-time job.
So, like all the tasks during each of your programs. So for each task, there's associated methodology. So stick to the methodology to try to polish your skills of finding jobs instead of say, oh, where is my job, right? So if you stick to it, eventually you need to understand you should have the fundamental things there, right? We know this student, they have the fundamental things. So you need to keep telling them, no worries, believe me, eventually you'll find a job. But before that, don't wait, right? So let's do some stuff to achieve the goal. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a great advice. And now we are coming to the last question. So this is your camera. And if you want to give an advice to our young water professional, what would you tell them?
Yeah, so thank you for the question. I want to say, so follow your heart, always follow your heart. During any period of your career, especially at the very beginning stage, you met many uncertainties and challenges. Try to welcome those uncertainties and challenges. Try to stick to your goal. Try to always stimulate yourself, and you will find out whatever you will eventually have a smooth career. So always we will have the problem, but we will always have more solutions.
Well said. Thank you so much, Helen. It was really a pleasure talking to you today. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much, everyone, for following up. And this is the end of our episode today. I think you enjoyed the talking with Helen as I enjoyed listening to her. So thank you so much, and looking forward to see you on another episode. Good luck.